So I know what you guys are going to be asking. Where has Jack been over these past few months or years? Well, that is an interesting question. I have been dealing with a very tough game, actually, the game of life. You see, apparently the difficulty ramps up like tenfold once you graduate high school, which was news to me. So I've had to experience the horrors of post-secondary school firsthand. So let me explain what I mean by that. Well, first off, I graduated high school in 2018, and I got into engineering at a pretty tough Canadian school called Waterloo. And boy, oh boy, the classes I took, they were 40 hours of school a week, and that was just school. We had homework on top of that school as well, and labs and quizzes every week just to make sure we were getting the information. I knew that this program wasn't for me once I took a job in Toronto and I had to work for a few months at some bank company. And oh boy, I pray that all of you never have to have the misfortune of staring at spreadsheets every single day for months on end. It is miserable, it is pain, and I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. So that happened, and eventually I got around to September of my second year, and I said, I'm out. And thankfully, that was a decent-ish decision because that was actually the year COVID hit. So I couldn't imagine doing a full engineering workload online because I get distracted very easily. If I had online classes, I would just be playing Minecraft most of the time, and I wouldn't try learning because I have a bit of an addiction to that. So I took a year off. I decided to drop out of potential good job prospects that would pay a lot and switch it up into a more creative field because I wanted to do something that utilized my creative aspect because I think of myself as a pretty creative person with all the marble races I've made over the past few years or past decade. Geez, time flies, don't it? And, well, I decided to go into game design because I play video games a lot, and that's something I could potentially see myself doing. And I thought I was good to go in game design. I got there and was like, yes, this is perfect. I get to do nothing but creative aspects the entire time. And that's how they trick you. They get you in the door with the promise of creativity, but then term 2, they hit you with the paperwork. The loads and loads of paperwork that come with creating a video game. You might not think that a video game requires a ton of paperwork, but you'd be surprised. Everything from the levels, if someone needs to take a sprite off of Mario's nostrils, that's going to require a whole essay as to why you think you need to send that to Miyamoto himself, and you need to get him signatured in order for that processing to go through. And I did game design for 2 whole years before dropping out. And I dipped at the end of last term in June or May, whichever one it was. And that basically leads me to right here where I am right now. So why did I bring up this story as opposed to bringing you all up to speed? Well, I want to teach everyone a life lesson. No matter how well you think you are in life or how much you got your stuff figured out, you do not have the slightest bit of control over your life. You might think that you have everything sorted, but I assure you, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you're going to look back on yourself right then and think, man, I was the stupidest person on the entire goddamn planet Earth. So is that it? Does the story end with me becoming a 2-time dropout and living my life as an unemployed YouTuber, or barely getting thousands of views every video? Well, it would if it weren't for one silver lining, and that being film. You see, you guys might remember that I actually made a short film during the Oscars for a film competition. And when I was doing that, I had the most fun I have ever had in my entire life. And I do not say that lightly. I could not get to sleep. I was having so much fun editing that thing together. And you could look at it and say it's a piece of crap. I know it has its problems, but I think I did a pretty good job given that it was made in 3 hours.
It's time to be Rasputin you in place. Oh, he's blood! Or shoot him! Put down the vodka, he is here!
And I realized that film is probably the right department for me because I did not lose sleep over the knowledge that I would be learning differential equations tomorrow. Oh my god, differential equations? I'm not mentally prepared for this. I can't sleep, I'm so excited. That never happened in engineering. So there's a film school that I am actually currently attending. And I, in a way, have you all to thank for it, because I am fortunate enough that I managed to get into the YouTube Marble Race game early on, and I was able to save up enough money that I have the opportunity to attend film school, and really, it's been such a joy. I'm being honest. I'm only on my 4th week at the time of me recording this, but I am happy. And I just wanted to say thank you to all of you that have sat through my many unfinished series and everything. I'm planning on having this channel be a weekly progress update of my status at film school. Maybe talk about all crazy stories from game design and Waterloo. And one thing I really want to try doing is bringing back the Skeleton Game Show, because I had so much fun doing that way back when. I don't know if I have enough people to actually do that with. I think I might be bringing that back this weekend if that's cool with everybody. But that's about it. Thank you for allowing me to live my passion and study what I think I'm really good at. Who knows? Maybe 2 months from now, I've dropped out a 3rd time, and I think of myself as an idiot for even considering film. But for now, everything's good, and I think that's as good a note as any to leave the video on. Well, anyway, I'll see you guys later.